lovely Scorpios, this is Debs and we are here for your reading for July 2026. Scorps, it's lovely to be with you. I'm so grateful that you're here. Thank you so much. Now, Scorpio, wow, I got waves of nostalgia coming through. I saw someone looking at photographs, but these were really old photographs. Could have been 10 years ago. I heard this person say, wow, those were the days. Those were the days. I wonder if I should go back. Wow, those days were wonderful. When I came out of meditation, I heard a really old song by Huey Lewis and the News, Back in Time. So, Scorps, there's something here about you wanting to go back. Now, you could simply want to go back to an ex. You could be wanting to go back and visit your old school, right? You may now be in your 60s, but you're thinking, oh, I really remember those school days. Those were great days. It could be, guys, you're going back to visit an area where you grew up. It could be this is you just drawn to go back, whatever this is. Now, when I came out of meditation, I heard the word filter, and I saw someone fiddling with tinted sunglasses, right? So I don't know, Scorps, whether or not you are simply glamorizing the past, forgetting that it wasn't that great, or forgetting that a relationship wasn't that wonderful, or whether or not you remember the rough patches, you remember that things weren't great, but you still feel this pull back. Whatever this is, Scorps, we're going to find out. Okay. So the deck that I'm using is the Kingdom of Light. If you guys would like a private reading, everything is listed down below. Yes, I'm seeing somebody now looking at Google Maps, and they're looking at a particular road, and they're thinking, wow, the post office is gone, the old butcher's is gone, oh, there's a new development. I don't know, Scorpio, whether or not you're even planning on going back to where you used to live, but we will see. That could just be symbolism, guys. You could be wanting to return to someone, or somebody could be wanting to return to you. Let's find out. So, Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Scorpios, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, July 2026. I'm now hearing an old Christopher song. Wow, all these songs from way back. Sailing away, sailing away. Scorps, I don't know whether or not you guys are under pressure right now and you are just in nostalgia, because that was the time where you felt at peace. That was the time where you didn't have a really serious 9-to-5 job. That was the time when things were simpler, easier, right? You may be in nostalgia because psychologically there's a need for you to take the pressure off. Okay, all right, guys. So let's delve in. The 9 of Pentacles. I thought there were 2 cards underneath that. No, 9 of Pentacles. Scorpio, this is you, very mature. You may work very hard for what you've got. This could be you reminiscing about times past. Reminiscing about times past. Crossing that, Scorpio, is the 4 of Swords. Yes. You're dreaming of days past. Maybe when you were single, right? And you had money in the bank. For some of you, you may have had a few struggles financially. For others of you, this is you remembering someone who was single. Okay. In the past, my Scorpios, Queen of Swords. In the past, Scorps, you took a course of action. It was logical. It was what you felt you needed to do. This is you pushing on. This is you pushing forward. Well, this is the next logical step, so I'm just going to do that. You might have done that over the last few years, Scorpio. made some very intelligent decisions. After that time, yes, I'm hearing again sailing away, you headed off in a new direction. Six of Swords. You headed off on an adventure. You headed off to embrace the next phase of your life. And now you're sort of coming back round to center, looking back at the past. In your thoughts now, the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, you may be looking back thinking, oh, there are some things I shouldn't have done. There were some things that I regret doing. But you're still sat, Scorpio, in a place of stability and peace. You may be busy, but you have managed to manifest a stable existence. Okay? In the immediate future, we have the Six of Wands. Okay, Scorps, you are going back. You're going back. Your heart is filled with passion, creativity. I'm also hearing you're going to see what you can find. I'm going back to see what I can find. Okay. In your fear, Scorpio, the Queen of Wands. Fascinating. This is the go-getting queen. Are you fearful, Scorpio, that if you go back, you're going to do something impulsive? You're going to take an impulsive action? Because I feel that you're very much at crossroads here, guys. You may be worried, Scorpio, that you're going to act in the moment. You may be nervous, Scorpio, that memories are going to overwhelm you and you're going to do something crazy. So guys, in the environment, the Four of Cups. Interesting. This is the image of an old man in a field under a tree. He's got glasses at his feet, glasses of wine, glasses of beer, glasses of cider. But he doesn't seem very happy. He may have been dreaming of a more glamorous life, a more interesting life. I'm just getting the energy of someone sitting there thinking, you know, when I was a boy, I wanted to sail around the world. When I was young, I had all these dreams and goals, and here I am, an old man, sitting under the same tree 20 years later. I feel, Scorpio, you have done a lot with your life. And ironically now, you're ready for a simpler life. You're ready to take your foot off the gas. You are charging back to the past. And what is interesting is you may come across someone, Scorpio, who feels as if they haven't done anything with their life. They haven't explored. They haven't taken any risks. Whereas you have. You're looking at past mistakes. But Scorpio, you've done something with your life. And it's ironic because this old man is thinking, I've reached the end of my life and what have I got to show for it? Even though he's in a gorgeous field, blue skies, surrounded by nature, underneath a beautiful tree, he can't see that all around him is beauty. He can't see it. Whereas Scorpio, you may walk up to this man sitting under the tree and say, oh, you are so lucky. Look at this incredible view. Look at this blue sky. Oh, how wonderful. Because you may have been stuck in an office for the last 20 years, not seeing the light of day, right? Or you may have been stuck heads down as an entrepreneur with very little free time. It's the way you look at something. This old farmer may look at you as if to say, wow, look what you've done, look what you've achieved. Oh my goodness, you've explored the world, you've done some creative things, you've taken a few risks, but how exciting. And you may look at this farmer and think, oh, he's so lucky. He didn't have to deal with the stresses and strains of everyday life. He just got up in the morning, ploughed his field, had a few mugs of cider with his mates in the evening, and it all happened all over again. What a lovely life. So this is really interesting, guys. You may be coming across some people, Scorpio, if you go back, who look at you as if you're very lucky, but you may look at them as if to say, wow, it took a lot to get where I've got to. I'm now looking for what you have. I'm now looking for a little bit of peace and calm because I've had the excitement. I've explored my creativity. You're ready to go back. This farmer can't see how lucky he's been because the grass is always greener, right? If you look at other people's lives, you always assume that they've had a better life, or they were happier, or they didn't have to work so hard. Whereas it's all relative. This farmer might have had to get up at 6 in the morning, exhausted, thinking, oh, this is such heavy work. He might have had financial issues. He might have had to toil all day until late at night on his farm. But all you see is this old man sitting under this beautiful tree, just taking in the view in Mother Nature. And you may be thinking, wow, how lucky is that guy? In your hopes, my Scorpios, 10 of Swords, hoping that when you go back, you're not going to be bitterly disappointed. It's not going to ruin memories that you cherished from the past. And in the outcome, guys, the Queen of Cups, Scorpio, this is you. This is you. You may be feeling emotional. You may be thinking to yourself, where did the years go? But you're going to come back from this adventure with a lot to think about. Clarification for you. The Knight of Pentacles. Okay, Scorpio, you are considering a change of life, a change of environment, but you've been holding back whilst being consumed with thoughts of the past. You've been holding back. Yes. 4 of Pentacles. Holding on to your money, trying to be sensible, thinking to yourself, I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm not going to decide to come back home and end my job, close my business. I'm not going to decide to hand in my notice, sell my house, get out of my rental, change direction. No, of course I'm not. Well, you might, Scorpio. You might. Now, whomever represents the past, this is the environment you're going back to. And I feel for some of you, it is an environment as opposed to a person. I feel that. Yes, Queen of Pentacles. This is how they view you, is what I'm immediately hearing. This is how they view you. You've made your money. You've been brave. You've challenged yourself. You've done a lot with your life, Scorpio, up until now. Judgment. And they see, Scorpio, that you are about to make a major decision. Interesting. Underneath the deck, we have the Chariot. Yes. Scorpio, this represents victory and success, charging forward. Why do I feel as if you don't want to do that anymore? Because underneath that, we have the Two of Swords. I don't want any more adventures. I don't want to have to take on any more in my life. Actually, I'm looking at taking a step back. You are stopping yourself taking on any more. You're looking at the Chariot, Two of Swords. No, I'm not going to press on for victory and success. I'm not going to take on more. I'm not going to put myself under pressure. I just want to go back, right? This could represent someone who wants to retire. This could be someone who is deciding to leave the city life behind. It's as if this beautiful nostalgic image for you is like a cool drink of water. This is you drinking it all in. The place where the old post office was, the place where the old butchers were, looking at house prices, in dirty front windows, in a small town, maybe, or a village. You're craving that simplicity again, Scorpio. You're craving it. So this is you, Scorpio. You've done well. You're sat in the Nine of Pentacles, but you're dreaming with the Four of Swords about the past. You're dreaming of the past. Tell us about the Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Swords for my Scorpios. Thank you, Michael. Yes, look at that. The Eight of Cups. Scorpio, you're going back. You're going back. You're retracing your footsteps. And you're going to revel in memories from the past. I feel, Scorpio, it's like you following an invisible trail of breadcrumbs. You're just being drawn back. Yes. You're being led to go back to the past. Now, Scorpio, for some of you, this may be a healing journey. Why are you going back? Tell us why. Because with the Five of Wands, you may have found yourself in a noisy, chaotic life. You may be living in the middle of a busy city or busy town. You may have got fed up with the chaos around you. Or you have simply been stuck in your head. Internal conflict. Am I ready for a change? Am I ready for a change? Is it now? Eight of Swords. Is it now? Yes. Scorpio. Scorpio. Yes, Ace of Wands. You may tell yourself, Scorpio, well, I'm just going to go on a road trip. I'm just going to see if anyone I used to know is still around in the area. But what is going on underneath, Scorpio, is a very significant shift in your emotions. I think this is you considering a lifestyle change. You may not even have consciously been aware of that, but you keep being drawn back to the past, guys. In the past, Queen of Swords. In the past, you made some very logical decisions, intelligent decisions, Scorpio. Yes, could have been to do with your work, your career, finances. Very intelligent decisions. But you found yourself feeling a bit weighed down. Maybe you recognised you took on a bit too much for some of you. But Scorps, you may have been determined to carry on. You may have pushed yourself, knowing you were feeling a bit tired. I think you pushed yourself. Seven of Wands. Yes, I think you did. And if anyone said to you, oh, Scorpio, you know, you're looking tired. Are you okay? Are you taking on too much? You may have looked at them and said, no, I'm fine. Yeah, no, it's just my life. Yeah, I get used to working these hours. Whatever this is, Scorpio, I think you push them back. No, I'm going to carry on. After that time, guys, with the Six of Swords, you may have taken a holiday. You may have literally taken a few days off. But if you did that, Scorpio, you might have thought it's just not enough. You may have gone away and then dreaded going back to where you lived or dreaded going back to the office. There was a sense of, oh, I was sort of so happy doing that. Okay, back to the grind, back to what I know, back to what I know. Nine of Swords. You might have unpacked and sat on your bed and thought, I don't know if I'm happy in this life. Am I wanting to continue living this life that I've built for myself? So in the immediate past, Scorpio, You were deep in thought. Yes, maybe about you as a child. Maybe where you started. You could have started working when you were quite young. Temperance. Wow. And you may have connected with your spirituality, Scorps. Or you may have tempered the desire to go back again. You might have thought, no, I'm not going to do that. This was just a break, right? But there's something here about you as a child sitting in a temperate energy. Life was easier then. Life was more simple then, right? So Scorpio, what you're thinking about is the Seven of Pentacles. Yes, you made some past mistakes, but you still ended up sitting in the energy of the Nine of Pentacles. So you got yourself out of tricky situations, or you had to rebuild your finances. What's on your mind? Gosh, the Devil. Okay. Capricorn energy. Scorpio, don't berate yourself for the past. This is you looking back thinking, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done this. Why did I do that? It's all part of your soul's contract. Seven of Swords. Okay. You might have done a few things you regretted, you know. What else is on your mind, guys? The Sun. Yeah, Scorpio. You know what? I simply feel you want to be happy. You just want to be happy, Scorpio. You have been looking at what's going to make you happy. And it is something tied to the past. It could be a memory. It could be an area. It could be a group of people. You are being drawn back because that was where you were happy. That was where you felt at peace. I think I'm connecting with a group of Scorpios who are simply homesick. Or you may feel you've got enough out of a particular situation, business, job, area, and you're craving a very different lifestyle here. Yes, you're heartbroken. This is you enlightened that you simply want to go back to the past. You want to go back to when you were happy. Guys, wow. So, my lovely Scorpios, this is a quest you're on. This could be you finding the new you. You could be recreating yourself. You could be wanting to change your identity. As in, you may look at yourself in the mirror and think, you know what? I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago. I'm different now. I don't want to pull on a super smart black work suit and high heels and march into the office. I want to put on a t-shirt and trainers and jeans and just chill and get out into Mother Nature and do something with my hands, do something creative. Whoever I'm connecting with, this will be a massive change for you. And I think, Scorpio, it's long awaited. So in the immediate future, 6 of Wands, you've made it. You're successful, Scorpio. You know that you've achieved a lot in your life. But this is a completely different energy you're moving towards. This is an old man in a field, sitting under a tree, just mulling over life, maybe how quickly life has gone past. He may have been dreaming of living the life that you've lived, Scorpio, whilst you are looking at this old man thinking, this is the life that I want now. This is the life I want now. So Archangel Michael, when do we have the 6 of Wands and the 4 of Cups for my Scorpios? Thank you, Michael. September. Really? Okay. Scorpio, you may be going on a much more extended trip. I'm hearing 28th of August. Okay, end of August, early September. It may take a couple of months to plan it. I know we're July, guys, but it may take a couple of months to plan it. You may even decide to take some time off work. It could be a 3-week break rather than a few days, depending on where you're going. I think you're going back to take a serious look at whether or not this new environment is for you. I think when you got back from this trip previously, you felt homesick. You realized how happy you were in the past. And I think, Scorpio, you're going back, but this time you're going to be taking this quite seriously. You may be looking at jobs in the area. You may be looking at properties for sale. You may be looking at the cost of renting. You may be checking out the various amenities, what this area has to offer. Now you're on a quest. So guys, I've just turned a light on behind me, so I hope the cars weren't too dark. I forgot. Anyway, let's have a look at the Six of Wands. You're moving towards this individual who's sitting very peacefully in his field. This is you. I don't know, you could be arriving into the town that you used to live in, or the little village that you grew up in. You may feel like an outsider. You know, this could be you arriving in a very smart work suit, fresh out of work, and you may be wandering down the street and you're seeing everyone looking really casual. You may feel a bit out of place. Two of Wands. Yes. What is in the back of your mind, Scorpio, is you are at crossroads. You're at crossroads. So this is you going back for the second time. Two of Pentacles. This time, you're going to get busy. You're going to get busy, people. You're not just wandering around the area, looking in shop windows, having a cup of tea, going out for lunch, meeting up with friends of yours you used to know, whatever this is. You are looking at jobs. You are looking at places to live. You're on a mission. You're on a quest. Four of Wands. Yes, what you're thinking about is, could I move here? Could I live here? Does it feel like me? Does it feel like me? Seven of Cups. Yeah, Scorpio, you're going to be looking at options. Oh my gosh. What else are you considering here? The Six of Pentacles. Yeah. What you're looking at is the cost of living in this area, salary levels of jobs in the area. If you're an entrepreneur, Scorpio, you could be checking out whether or not they've got decent Wi-Fi. Could you find clients in the area if that's relevant? Nine of Cups. You can't help but feel, Scorpio, that this would make you incredibly happy. I mean, this is you going back to this area and wandering around with a big smile on your face, because this time, Scorpio, you're looking at this seriously. Yeah, you are looking at this seriously, guys. Yeah. And the other thing I have to say, Scorpio, is you are tired. You are tired, you're drained. You might have been working really hard over the last few months in particular. This is you trying to figure out whether or not you could achieve a work-life balance by moving. This is what this is all about. Now, whomever this is that you are going to be talking to, could be the old man down the road, literally, okay? They see you sat in the energy of the Queen of Pentacles, having done well, but they also recognize, Scorpio, that you are ready for a very big change. They can see it in you. They may see you looking at shop windows in estate agents, realtors. They may see you opening up the paper, looking at classified. You could be checking out an empty leasehold unit. They recognize, Scorpio, that you are on a quest. Tell us about this person. Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Yeah, they know, Scorpio, that you may be looking to move into the area again. What else is on their mind? Whoever this is, Wheel of Destiny. They may be watching you quietly, you know, wondering about your life. This could simply be a bystander. This could be somebody much older that you used to know. They're recognizing, Scorpio, you're ready to shift your life in a new direction. What else is this person thinking about? The Tower. They're a bit shocked. They could be an Aries, they could be a Scorpio. They may look at you, Scorpio, as if to say, why would you want to come back here? I mean, this could be a tiny village, not much going on. This old man may be looking at you all done up in your work suit thinking, wow, do they really want to live here? Really? Whereas Scorpio, you may be wandering around thinking this is absolute bliss. When can I take off my work suit? When can I pull on my old trainers, my t-shirt, my jeans, right? Yeah. What else is this, I want to say, old man thinking about? Wow, maybe this is someone who knew you as a child. This could be somebody you run into, Scorpio, that you knew when you were really small. And this old man may be looking at you thinking, wow, that was like 20, 30 years ago. Could be longer. Could be longer. He remembers you when you were very young. High Priestess. He's not going to say that. He's not going to say, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you since you were this high. Yeah, no, he may not want to embarrass you. He's not going to say anything. He's going to keep that to himself. But he's definitely recognizing, Scorpio, that you are looking for massive change. What else is this old man thinking about? Five of Pentacles. He may feel, Scorpio, you don't know, but it could be that people that live in this area don't have any money. They're quite poor. They may see you sat in the Nine of Pentacles and your work suit coming in with the Six of Wands, and he may be thinking, does Scorpio know that this is a very quiet place? People save money. People don't tend to go out very much. He may wonder, Scorpio, whether or not this is really for you. But guys, why do I feel as if this is exactly what you've been looking for? What is the energy between you two? Yeah, this is a brand new cycle. What is interesting is, what it feels like is, this old man may be coming to the end of his life. He may be in the winter years of his life. Whereas Scorpio, you're still full of life. And you want to experience something gentler, something simpler. That's what I'm getting. So Scorps, what you are fearful of is that with the Queen of Wands, you're going to make an impulsive decision. You're going to march into a realtor's office and say, okay, I want to start viewing places to live. You could be deciding to walk into a company and say, these are my qualifications. This is what I do for a living. Any job openings? But why do I feel, Scorps, this is a very small place? This is not the sort of place that you get sky-rise buildings, big companies. So you could be simply trying to decide as an entrepreneur whether or not this is for you. If you can work anywhere, right? You may be thinking, okay, well, I might have to travel to go and see clients in the next town. But this feels as if you are reveling in the simplicity of a completely different lifestyle. The dream of a completely different lifestyle here, guys. What you're fearing is that you will do something impulsive and then you're going to go back to where you're living at the moment, could be in the city, could be in a big town, and think, what have I done? I've just paid the deposit on a place to live. What have I done? But Scorpio, the final card is you feeling more relaxed, but a little emotional. This is you connecting with your heart space, Scorpio. You are connecting with your heart space. And what your heart is telling you is you are ready to embrace change. This is you going back home after the second trip thinking, I just want to go back there. I just want to leave the place I'm in now, right away. You know, take me back. Yeah, you're ready for change, guys. Death card. Wow. Scorpio, the Death card. Are you going to embrace change? Are you going to do something crazy? Strength card. For some of you, you may have the courage and confidence to do this, or you may hold yourself back knowing that this transition, if you do it properly, is going to take months. Yeah. And you're sitting in a little bit of fear. The moon, you're sitting in a bit of fear. What if I do this and it really doesn't work out? What if I get there and it's too quiet, right? Because there's one thing dreaming of sitting in a field surrounded by poppies, going to farmers markets, whatever this is, and it's quite a different matter actually living in a place like that. Are you really ready? What are you telling yourself? What are you telling yourself? You want to manifest this. Yeah, magician. You want to manifest this, Scorpio. I think you're ready. I think you're ready. What are you going to do then, guys? I think you're going to talk to people about this. You're going to sit down and talk to people about this. Okay? It could be friends. It could be family. I think you're going to sit down and say to people that you trust, people that know you, what do you think? Do you think I could do this? Do you think I'd be happy? Should I make this massive change? Should I do it? Knight of Wands. Scorpio, what they're going to say to you is, look, Scorps, it is your life. If you feel this is what you've been looking for, this is what you've been missing, this is what you've been craving, and you've been sad in nostalgia, and you keep dreaming about a change of life, do it. Do it, right? What else are they going to say? Just do your research, my Scorpios. I mean, this is you doing your research, Page of Swords. They're also going to say to you, Scorpio, it's not all going to be wonderful. It's not all going to be sunshine and rainbows. There will be times where you're going to sit there thinking, what have I done? You know, I mean, there may be no social life or very little social life. This could be somewhere relatively isolated. But I think, guys, you know that. For those of you connecting with this reading and understanding where I'm coming from here, you would know that and you would have accepted that. It may even be that's what you want. Yeah. This is you on the quest for a completely different lifestyle, a lifestyle where you can open your heart, you can be totally yourself, you can delve into your creativity, but most of all, Scorpio, you can be at peace. Maybe the chaos around you just got too much. This is you thinking, if I moved into this brand new lifestyle, if I embrace this, I would sit in self-love in a place of peace. It will fulfill a part of me that I felt has been missing, is what I'm getting, Scorps. Yeah. So guys, wow. I'm going to finish the reading with a message from Sacred Soul Portals. Let's do that. Here we go. Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Scorpios to end their reading? Ascending. Wow, go for it, Scorpio. You're making a leap in consciousness now. Let go of anything holding you back. Scorpio, go for it. If this is going to make you happy, if this is your heaven, right, then go for it. And you know what, guys, if it doesn't work out, you can always go back, right? You may not go back to the same job. Some of your clients may have drifted away, but you can always rebuild. I think I'm connecting with a group of Scorpios who have been craving that peace and calm that you reveled in, that gave you so much happiness in the past. Yeah. So guys, do let me know if this is your reading. Take care of you. And of course, I'm sending love and light your way, and many blessings, Scorps. Bye now.